Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Unboxing Thursdays, episode 222. So today we got Boris from Ages3Up as a guest with us today. And, Ages3Up has been a very big household name to me for within the Transformers community in North America for as long as I know. So I'm happy to bring him on today. And today I am unboxing Agent Venom, which I got from Ages3Up. So yeah, I'm excited. So sit back and relax while I tell myself to cue up the show and the intro. DK.
Hello there, toy collectors. My name is Kevin, aka Toying Around, and I am very excited to bring you this special review.
If anything, the Kim family, they're archetypes.
Which is sad, but not always a bad thing.
I'm okay, I have one. Do you see it on the name?
Let's try them. Let's still try.
Oh no! Did I unmute myself earlier? I have no idea if I even heard. Now I'm kind of freaking out. But anyway, so last week I had the day off. So I missed the Chamba episode. Missed chatting with Chamba. Chamba's always awesome. So sorry guys, I wasn't there. But so I decided to take the day off, and actually I needed the day off because I got really sick. Like I got hit with something like the flu at like 4 p.m. I lost my voice. I lost everything. So I wasn't in any shape to stream. So, but I am back today and here with a vengeance. Kevin is away today. He's out celebrating with the family with his daughter's birthday. So it's Princess M's birthday. So I'm going to take over the reins here. And Princess M, I will get your birthday present soon. Uncle DK's present is late, or Auntie DK's present is late. So yeah, so without further ado, I'm going to bring on our guest, Boris from Ages3Up. So yeah, here we go. Hey, Boris. How are you?
Not too bad.
Yo, what's good? What's good? Yeah, man. So yeah, like I said, like for me, it's like Ages3Up has just been around for so long. Like for as long as I remember going to at least like Transformer conventions. Like you guys have been a household name. Bought from you, purchased from you. A lot of people, in Canada has been buying from you, right? So why don't you introduce yourself and Ages3Up and tell us a little bit of what you do?
Yeah, definitely. I'm Boris, as DK has mentioned. I started the brand. I actually didn't start the brand. I purchased the brand back in 2007. So Ages3Up has actually been a local store to my area. For all of you guys that don't know, we're kind of in the Vancouver Lower Mainland area. And we are now located in Burnaby. But previously, it was owned by another owner, and I want to say that this year, for the actual brand itself, marks about the 20th. Like it's been in business for 2 decades. The brand.
Congrats.
I've ran it for about 15 years of that, and yeah, I was very fortunate to kind of stumble into this community myself. And I actually bought a lot from this brand previous to me owning it. And I just, always loved the feel of having a proper brick and mortar where you can go chat with people, look at things in person, even though, online has obviously, since 20 years ago, really changed the whole landscape of how all of this worked. It's always been kind of a passion of mine to, walk into a brick and mortar store and chat with people involved and see things in person. So yeah, that's kind of a little bit of a history how I got into this trade. And then, 15 years later now, now run this. Yeah, I run this. I run this brand with my wife, and it's a small family business, and we have two other key partners as well. Eric, who I couldn't manage to pull out of work today, but he very much is, a huge part of our day to day and our success here at the brand. And a shout out to Lucas, who also makes a lot of things happen online for pre-orders and newsletters and all this kind of promotion. And then of course my wife Carrie, who is just major social media presence. Without her, you guys would never find out about the stuff because the rest of us are like so caught up in opening everything, and sometimes I find myself it's like Christmas morning, we get a shipment here and we get a little bit carried away just opening the stuff instead of realizing, oh yeah, I should probably let other people know that they can have some of this.
Yeah. I remember because how I got introduced to one, aside from the brand, of ever since I started going to TFCon earlier when I was younger, right? It was through Eric, right? Buying from Eric, and then slowly I was kind of helping Eric out. I think recently, within the past 4 or 5 years, right? And that's how I had the opportunity to help you guys out whenever you guys are in Toronto, right? So I'm very thankful for that relationship, right? And hanging out with you and talk toys and just joke around all the time.
I want to just say, take a moment to say thank you for all that, Derek. You've been really amazing for us at this show. So a big part of our Canadian show presence now. So yeah, it's really nice to be around good people, and I think that's why we love being in the community here.
Yeah, no, that's great to hear. And I remember talking about the social feeds. I remember when I was helping you out at the show, you're like, oh no, I got to take pictures or my wife's going to kill me. Because you got to post this stuff because it's completely, you're not the person to do it.
No.
So I found that very amusing and sweet at the same time. So that was cool. But yeah, before I get on further about a little bit more about Agesthreeandup, I just want to give a shout out to the chat right now, really quick. So I want to say hey to Win Lose, Torrentsu. We got Johnny Cock. Thank you, Johnny Cock. Claudio. What's up, Claudio? Stream Elements he's here. Taco Boy. Taco Boy is in BC as well. And I think you might know him, or he might know you as well. Vincent Lee is here. Richard Reyes. Hey, Richard. And Taco Boy, thank you. Love Agesthreeandup. Wonderful folks. Great selection. Thank you for the $5 super chat on here. And I got Daniel here. Desertles here. So chat. Thank you, Butter Nation. Thank you so much for being here and supporting us. So yeah. So tell me a little bit more about this. I was kind of curious about. I know that Agesthreeandup has, it's just relocated. And then also you have a warehouse store, right? So the main one is obviously at excuse my pronunciation. It's Lougheed Highway, right? Located at Lougheed Highway. Lougheed yes. Highway, right? So this is the main location, right? And then recently, back in I think it was May of last year, right?
Yep.
You got a warehouse, and this is where you are currently right now in the showroom, right?
Yeah, that's correct. So this is a little bit of just a quick little pan around. That's
it's beautiful. I really hope I can get out there one day and just visit that, because it looks spectacular.
Oh man, I would love to take you guys for a tour. It'd be excellent to have Toying Around do a tour around here.
Oh, that would be fun. So what's the concept behind the warehouse? It's just a different feel, a different type of atmosphere, versus the main store, or?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. A lot of people, when they see something like this, they think, oh, expansion, what are we trying to do? But actually it's pretty mundane story how it came about. We actually weren't looking to do something like this. I mean, the result turned out great. I really just after COVID, I mean, I'm sure there's a few retail stores that can relate. During COVID, of course, we were one of the first stores that I know of to really just shut down completely. And luckily, we already had the online presence, so we're okay with that. So we diverted a lot of shopping online. And then we started realizing through that, I guess, 6 months, 8 months that we were closed, that the store started looking like a warehouse. So we're like, we can't do this. And admittedly, previous to that, we had already looked around for warehousing because I wasn't happy with the fact that we had shipping supplies in the back of the retail store too. But it really became evident during COVID that we can't sustain this. And then after we opened up again, after COVID, people were like stepping over,
boxes,
brown boxes and all that.
Yeah.
We just had so much more inventory from bringing in so much more online shopping. I was just like, okay, I don't like this. I don't, as a consumer, I don't want to be like kind of in that kind of a space where a retail space where I'm walking over boxes and whatnot. So I basically, having seen all that, we decided that we really got to move most of our stuff over to a warehouse, and we started building this spot. But really, it was in the beginning really was to solve the issue of
just
getting
overstock spacing, more like, right? And then tell me about how this showroom idea came to be.
Yeah, so I mean, then when we kind of started looking at the space, we didn't really get a good feel of it because they always have designs and blueprints and whatnot, and it just, we didn't know really what we wanted to do with it. We knew we needed some offices upstairs so we can actually do some work. So it was really kind of like boring when we first thought about it. And then as we started getting more kind of an idea of what the space would look like and whatnot, and then they also accelerated the building of this, which was a blessing in disguise, but at the time it was stressful. They really sped up the production of this, and it gave us a physical space at least to look at. And when we looked here, we're like, you know what? I think we just need to really put something that you wouldn't expect here. Because, I mean, for those that have been around here, they know that it's like, it's kind of like a warehousey area. Like a lot of our neighbors are they manufacture steel. They do all this kind of manufacturing kind of deal. So you wouldn't expect something like this here. So we just wanted to be that kind of
stand out.
Yeah, just like why is this even here? And a lot of our neighbors that didn't know, because they thought we just stored toys here and shipped it online. They finally, I have one neighbor actually that finally came over like 3 months ago. They came upstairs and they ran downstairs. They're like, how does this exist here? Right? This has been here all along. I was like, oh yeah, we built it like a year and a half out. So
that's awesome.
That's kind of what we were aiming for. And in the beginning, we actually were thinking that we wanted to consolidate everything here. We just wanted one store. I mean, we're not. It might seem like it because we've been around for a while. We service a lot of areas in North America in terms of shipping. We go to a lot of shows, and we're always at a lot of the bigger, local shows and abroad. But we're actually we're a 4-man team. And we like staying small. I'm not looking to make this kind of like one of those franchises. I really do love being the kind of your local shop,
one-stop shop as well. And it's I think, to my understanding, is like it started off mainly as like Transformers and hobbies, and then through the years it has really grown and expanded to like Figuarts, Marvel Legends, G.I. Joe, Super 7, Jada toys, like everything, right? So you're definitely tapping into like everything, offering everything that's like amazing out there right now. So it's awesome for that.
Yeah. Fortunately for us, I think because we have a good audience and we've been building a good audience, and they're always telling us what they want, and then we're nerds, so we'll buy them and we'll play around with them, and then we're like, yeah, we want this. So
nerds don't nerds.
yeah, exactly. There's so much stuff I don't even know the content. Like I know the toys better than the actual lore or any kind of content around it. In fact, it's my kid's the one that's getting into manga right now, and he's the one that's educating me. He's like, you have these toys, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
Right. Those look familiar. Yeah. But I mean, I'll just collect toys because I like them.
Yes.
And
So what did you start out collecting?
Me?
First?
I actually started collecting when I was younger. I collected all the 80s toys, of course, right? But once I lost them, like I didn't lose them, my grandma gave them away. Everyone can relate.
We all
to
had that experience.
Exactly, all have that horror, and of grandma's telling or your mother's telling you that they're toys. You're older now. You don't need them. But after that, I actually got back into collecting, oddly enough. And some people might love it. Some people probably hate me for saying this, but it was all McFarlane stuff. It was like I was a big Spawn fan, huge Spawn fan. Those toys don't hold up, by the way, but I still love them.
Yeah, the old ones, like I was a fan of, like because you couldn't get any Spawn toys anywhere, right? And like I was a fan of it. And then when they came out with the Halo line as well, like I loved it too. But then the one thing for me that I didn't like was the lack of articulation in the earlier toys, right? Like you really want something more posable, right? And then the Halo toys, right? It was just the QC issues for me. Like every time, like I bought a Master Chief, it broke, and I'm just like, what the heck, right? But I gotta give it to them. Like through the past, I think 2-3 years, they really stepped up and changed their game. And like I'm like it made me get back into Spawn right now, right? So like I'm excited for it. I have one so far, and I know I pre-ordered like the Call of Duty ones. Ones, right? Like I got excited for that because I play a lot of Call of Duty still to this day, right? So I was just like, oh yo, like I'm getting that for sure. So that's cool, man. Like McFarlane was the one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just thought it was great. That when they first started doing that McFarlane toys, I was like, okay, here's a creator that's getting into the toy biz and creating something meaningful. And whether you love it or hate it, I'm glad Eric's not here. He'd growl at me right now. He hates McFarlane.
Of course.
McFarlane I'm from Calgary, so McFarlane is Todd is from my hometown. As a younger kid growing up, I've always heard of Todd and always loved his art. Again, not everybody does, but it inspired me. But yeah, then the Spawn stuff. Man, I remember doing that was my foray into was those early morning Walmart runs. And so craziest story. And I don't even know why I got into this, because I'm not like a big sports guy, but because I started collecting the Spawn stuff, I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna grab some of these like sports, like
the McFarlane sports,
McFarlane sports stuff at the time, right? And so my buddy was like, oh, you gotta check this out. It's like we're gonna do a Walmart run in the morning. I was like, what is this Walmart run?
Yeah. What is that?
And I just buy it online and just have it shipped and not avoid all of this. Yeah. Like, no, you gotta get these variants. And I'm like, what are these, right? So it was the most. I wish I documented that back then. We didn't have all the social media we had now, but it was like, you go there early in the morning and you're thinking, oh, nobody's here, right? But then get inside and you realize there's all these, grown men just like slammed in. And I'm like 19 at the time, right? So they're like slammed inside the little lobby area waiting for it to open. and and right when it opens, it's like, everyone's like still a little bit like cordial, and they're like kind of just walking, and then all it takes is one guy starts walking faster, and then the other,
and that's it.
race. And like there's like Walmart people like standing on the sides, and it's like you're in this marathon, I swear to God, and you're like running for the end caps, and these guys are like just shoving everything onto shopping carts and whatever. They're gonna sort it out later and figure out if they got a variant or not. And they just like do all of this, and then they pick out all the ones they want, and then everyone is like like a community. Right after that, everyone's just like helping out, and they just like tidy up the end cap, and they fix everything, and then they're like, they go pay. I'm like, what did I just witness here? What happened?
There must be a market for it. There's something appealing about it. I honestly I didn't know. Like, I know that I used to like, wake up early for myself, just 6 a.m. transformer hunting, right?
Yeah.
Like, at a Walmart, right? But I don't think I've ever came across like groups of men running to the end cap section of like McFarlane. So that's crazy for me, like hearing about it, right?
That was my
that's a fun story.
2000 toy hunting experience. And then
I guess was it your times back then? Is that why?
I honestly don't know. I've never had to experience that again. Mind you, I won't wake up super early to do that.
Yeah.
I'm lazy like that. But I've actually done it once or twice. If it's for my kids, I'll do it. If it's for me, sometimes it's like, I'm gonna sleep, and then I wake up and I'm like, why did I sleep? I really wanted that. Yeah. So
Okay.
But yeah, that's
awesome
experience.
story.
So yeah, that was fun.
That was fun.
And then after that, it was definitely Transformers. I got back into Transformers, and it was a good time. Masterpiece came out, the very first MBO one.
Yeah.
That sparked everything. That and the alternators, I think, were the lines that started it for me.
I only ever gotten, I think, 2, but I had the Binaltech ones. So I got the BTO one for sure, right? Because that Subaru WRX is just beautiful, right? And then I eventually got Hound in Binaltech, but I think I sold them off later on. And then I had a bunch of alternators, but I sold them as well. But so I only kept that BTO one. Just that was like the ultimate one for me. So yeah.
That was my first one, except I had the alternators version, because that I just saw it at a store and I was like, what is this? I gotta have this. I don't think I've ever had the opportunity to actually see it in retail. Like I can't remember how the distribution was back then, if it was like Walmart more or what, but yeah. Let me see. For me, the alternator was at Toys R Us, I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah, like
I only remember Jazz at Toys R Us. I don't remember ever seeing Smokescreen, at least where I was. But I don't know.
Yeah, no, it was definitely and fun fact, at that time, I think was around the time when Agesthreeandup was right beside a Toys R Us here in Metrotown. I obviously was the old owner then, and that's I would always go there, and then I'd go over to Toys R Us and then check it out. And yeah, so I saw that there, and same thing with the MPO ones, but it was like in that first clear anniversary package or whatever it was.
So the North American release.
Yes, correct. All these were the North American releases I knew about first.
And it had the base and I think the DVD.
Yeah, I can't remember this one. I don't know. Was this one the DVD? This was the very, very first run. It was like,
it had the DVD.
The red package and the little Autobot logo at the top.
Yeah.
And everything.
So I'm confident it had the DVD too. I think I sold that off, but I kept the DVD. Now come to think of it.
Yeah, and they had like a weird I ended up buying 2 because I was like, I bought one and then I bought one a little bit later on because I was like, why is the gun a different color? Is this a different one? And I ended up buying.
It was blue and gray, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
there was like a black one, a black gun variant, and a blue and gray. And I was like, why did I buy a different one? And I bought them both. And I was like, no, these look exactly the same.
Yeah.
And then I just kept both because whatever.
Because why not, right? Like, how many Optimus Primes do we really need?
Yeah,
right? Exactly. Like, I don't know. Like, here's my little display ish, whatever, right? Can't really
just
see
a little
display. I don't know how many times this is like ages 3 and up or like helped me out on this part. So yeah. We got toying around in the chat, like he dropped by. So
Oh,
he's
cool.
saying hello there. And maybe you can help answer this one. What was the McFarlane line with all the horror movie monsters? They used to freak me out as a kid, but they're inaccurately painted. Was it Movie Maniacs?
Yeah, it was.
was.
It was Movie Maniacs. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, even Kevin's saying is Movie Maniacs. That's awesome. Johnny Cock, Ba Weep Grana Weep Nini Bong to you, DK offers an Energon goodie. Have a killer stream, gents. Thank you, Johnny, for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much for always being a great supporter. So yeah, and yeah, Claudio saying Movie Maniacs as well. So weird. So yeah, we got it right. Cool. So I wanted to touch base on because when you start talking about being in like having presence in North America and being at shows, right? I just wanted to plug for you guys that the next time you guys will be in a show is TFCon Baltimore in November 1st to 3rd, right? For 3 days.
That's right.
Yeah. So anybody in the chat that is around that area and near Baltimore, go check it out. Go check out Agesthreeandup at TFCon.
Yeah, it's great. They do like they do 3 shows a year now. So this one's like always kind of a traveling one. So they'll do Baltimore, they'll do Chicago, they'll do something East Coast in the US.
East Coast, yeah.
And then for all of you that are kind of West Coast US, there's always an LA show in kind of March, spring area, springtime. And then of course the original, which is in the summers, July / I mean, it's always kind of been July. In Toronto, Mississauga. But
and that's the only one in Canada, right? Is there one in out west?
Yeah, that's the only one in Canada. I wanted to bring it out west here, but it is really cost prohibitive.
I can imagine
what the showrunners told me. And I mean, I don't know anything about running a show, so I'm at it, but I believe it. Vancouver is not a cheap city to be at.
Yeah, that is true. It's the same thing as like here in Canada. I don't know. Listen, like I don't know if you heard about Toying Around Con, which is us running a show. Kevin and I and the team kind of made a toy show back in April. It was for Kevin's like 40th birthday, and how did he want to celebrate? He was just like, I'm gonna run a toy show, right? So we did that. We rented out a community center. We got a gym section, and yeah, we had some vendors. We had Hasbro show up, McFarlane, Claudio, that's in the chat. He was there. Some collectibles. Paul Sung and Lee was there as well, and some artists. I would, if you guys are interested, would love to, have your presence there, right?
Absolutely. I mean, we love it. Any Canadian shows is kind of, where we prioritize, just because A, we're Canadian, and, B, it is, much easier for us to travel around domestically. I always do a smaller show in Calgary as well, because that's being my hometown. I always go back once a year, and we do the road trip with my kids, and
nice,
it's super fun. And same thing, it's just in a gymnasium. I love doing that show. It's you hit the ground level, you meet up with all the awesome Calgary fans. There's a nice small pocket of Calgary fans out there as well. It's great. It's great to connect with all these communities. We used to drive down to Seattle too, because we consider
because you're right there. Yeah. So,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. But ever since COVID, it's kind of screwed up the whole show schedule, and we just haven't had a chance to get back down there. But I just wanted to give a shout out, because great community down there as well.
Okay, cool.
I'd love to come out.
That's great. Yeah, we'll keep in touch. We'll let you know when we have further things solidified, and then we'll see how it goes. Carl's in the chat. What's up? How are you, Carl? What's up? So yeah. What else now? Do you have anything to unbox today, or do you have time to unbox anything?
Yeah, I mean, I can unbox something. I saw Unboxing Thursday, and I felt wrong to not bring at least something. So if you got time for it, but I mean, I'd love to see.
Yeah, no, I have time. It's just like I'm just sensitive about your time. Like, what do you have to unbox today?
I got a few things, but I'm gonna choose one. Has anyone on this channel seen any of the Heat Boys stuff? The
Yeah,
turtles?
the Butter Nation is very familiar with some Heat Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
man. Leo.
so we got. I mean, there's Leonardo. There's Michelangelo. Those are the older ones. I was thinking to open up maybe the newer one. Raphael comes with a lot of stuff.
Sure, whatever you feel.
I'm curious about it.
Who's your favorite out of the turtles?
Yeah, I gotta say, maybe it's cliche. I gotta say Mikey. Like Mikey's
It's not
definitely.
cliche. As long as it's not Leo, right?
Yeah.
As long as it's not Leo.
Leo, I mean, he's got the cool weapon. You know, he's got the katana blades, but he's a little bit, vanilla for me, for Leo. But Mikey's my boy.
Excellent choice.
All right, let's open Mikey then.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I said he's my boy, and then I decide to open up Raph. It's kind of not. It makes no sense, right? So
Raph's my favorite.
Raph is your favorite?
That's my favorite.
Yeah. You know what? Raph is a great dude. Raph is a great dude.
He is.
So what did you grow up watching? What's your favorite iteration of the Turtles? Was it the original?
It has to be, yeah. It has to be the 90s one. The 90s Turtles, I'll tell you, like, I think the chat knows. Like, when I came to Canada, which was in 89, right? I didn't really know a lick of English much. And I shit you not, how I learned English was through the 90s Ninja Turtles.
Really?
Like,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
That is how I learned my English. Like, I was saying like guacamole and like pizza and like thing Ninja Turtles, Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, like before I even knew how to like form full sentences. And maybe that's why I can't really talk like straight sentences sometimes, because my teachers were Splinter and the Turtles. So yeah, I got to give it to that. And then definitely around that time, the movie came out. So it's just, the movie was insane, right? Like till today, like I still think that's like the best turtle movie.
Oh man,
the first one, right? The Secret of the Ooze, I liked Secret of the Ooze because of Tonka and Razar and Super Shredder for like split second, but like and then the next iteration would, I gotta say, is the Nickelodeon Turtles.
Yeah, they're great. Like the one without the sorry, where it went all crazy with Krang invading the world and everything, right?
Yeah, I think that was the Revoltech ones. Obviously, Playmates did have it too, and then the Revoltech came out with it. It's just like, oh my gosh, these are the best turtles ever. And I think there's a lot of toy news that just came out today at was it Comic-Con? I think NECA is doing that iteration of Turtles. They're doing the Nickelodeon Turtles.
Oh,
like,
that's
I don't know
awesome.
if you know about that.
No, I didn't.
Try and pull up
Because I was pretty happy with the Nickelodeon ones. I mean, although pretty rudimentary, they were fun. They looked really good. Had the little party wagon. Yeah, Nickelodeon or NECA announced some stuff, and I think McFarlane announced some stuff today. And then there'll be like Hasbro panels tomorrow or something like that.
Yeah. Let me pull it up. I'll pull up some pictures for us.
While you're talking, I'm just showing off some of the.
Oh, let me put you on the big screen. Hold on. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, no.
Good.
Good.
All good.
Good. Sure. What you got?
Holy
crap.
Yeah, it comes with a lot of stuff. It's like, so display base is in there. Like, so he's headless for now, but I'll put it together. But yeah, let's see that NECA. What did they announced the NECA Turtles that you had on?
They did. Sorry, I don't know my buttons. So yeah, this is NECA. This is Mikey and Leo. Like, I would say that these are very competitive to the Revoltechs. I would say,
nice.
Right? I don't.
Yeah, definitely, and probably a slightly better price point. I'm guessing if it's NECA.
Yeah, no, it has to be.
Yeah,
probably right under 50 retail. It's got a lot of accessories. They even have that weird little that melty mutant monster ice cream thing.
Awesome.
that Mikey has, right?
I like that they included the extra heads. That's nice.
Oh yeah.
Hey, remind me, was the Revoltech ones those were the ones with the headbands that could move, right, or whatever it
Yep.
was.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the eyes move too. I think,
Yes.
if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Those ones were killer. I like that version of it. I think it was the Bandai ones I wasn't as big of a fan of.
Yeah, the Bandai one looked really like whatever, the 90s cartoon for sure, right? But it didn't I think NECA's version or was better in my opinion.
Yeah, and then I tried to move the headband on the Bandai ones, and don't do it. If
Don't
anyone
do
ever buys it, they break. I thought they can move. No, they do not.
No, they're not supposed to think.
You will break it so bad, and you'll be very upset.
Yeah. Look at this. Carl saying Team Raf, you know? Torensu, Donnie is the best. So new person on the chat, Yita Takimatsu. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Michelangelo for sure, number one. And I can say Boris agrees with you.
Team Mikey.
For sure.
Team Mikey. Well, that's actually Lucas. He works.
Oh, okay. That's Lucas. Hey, Lucas. How are you? Nice to meet you. Because I don't think I met Lucas because he was probably never in Toronto, right?
No, he was there for one of the shows, but I don't think you were there that year. Or you might have stopped by the booth, but that was it. Like
fair.
It was like really brief. Yeah.
Fair. Hello, Lucas. Nice. Carl, hot take. Torenzo, hot take. Michael Bay, TMT's Donnie was dope. Yeah, Michael Bay's version was pretty cool. Like, I gotta agree.
Yeah.
I gotta agree.
I mean, I'll watch any turtle content, honestly.
Did you enjoy the new movie?
Mutant Mayhem?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was very tired the first go around, and so I kind of fell asleep. My kids got really mad at me because they're like, "It's so good." I was like, "I know it was actually really good," and so, but then a second time I finally got through it. It's such a great. I love it. I like how they put their own little spin on the. I don't want to spoil it. I mean, at this point, if you haven't watched it,
if you haven't watched it, it's your fault.
Be spoiled. But I'm not gonna spoil it anyways. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the second one. I like the spin that they put on a lot of it. I thought it was great. And
no, I loved it. The humor was on point. I remember just Raph. It had a very Eric Cartman feel to it.
Yeah.
Like it's so I gravitated towards that a lot, and then the whole thing about Jackie Chan's Splinter character trying to warn the turtles about.
It never gets old, man. I love
that. It never gets old, and no, it's just him warning the turtles about getting milked, and they never believed him, and then it just paid off at the end. I was just like, no, this is the best. This is absolutely the best. So yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, killer animation, killer soundtrack too. By the way,
I gotta agree.
That's my era of hip hop. I love that. So
I'm not sure if maybe I didn't understand, but maybe I thought it was kind of weird. Splinter's relationship with the bug at the end. The bug.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's. Kind of cool. There's a good kind of again their own spin and their own storyline to kind of bring them all together. But I mean, I just
didn't understand that. I'm like, I don't think that was noted anywhere in the past, and I was just like, this kind of came from left field, but it works. It works for the tone.
Works, and I do feel like it was maybe shoehorned in a little bit, and there might be a reason for it later on. But nevertheless,
I'm pretty sure.
Cool.
Yeah. Seth Rogen did very good with producing that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I was very happy.
Absolutely. How did he get involved with that, anyways? That's
I think I can't remember the exact details, but he was very he's a Turtles fan, and he was just very gung ho about it, and they finally got something greenlit, and he also obviously voiced Bebop, which is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Right. Totally. So it was perfect. Right. So yeah.
That's so great.
What's not to get? I don't understand, Kev. I don't, but I loved it nonetheless. Right. So yeah. Blake Griggs, good evening. Touring around from Blake Griggs. Hey, thank you for tuning in via Facebook. Thank you for being here.
So I like how they kind of like individually wrap the head and everything too. It just kind of keeps those paint apps like.
And it's die cast, right?
Yeah, this guy's like heavy. So there's a lot of die cast in the core. So very much like I guess the feel of like Flame Toy stuff, any kind of metal build. Although this is even heavier than a metal build, I would say.
I think it's heavier.
Yeah. But it's got that same kind of feel and construction to it. It's really nice. And because of the sizing, it's going to be a lot heavier. But I do like, I mean, we'll see after I kind of play around with articulation and whatnot. But I do like kind of some of these action figures with a little bit of a die cast in it. I never thought I'd really like it that much in an action figure till I played with the what was it? What's that fight? The fighting armor series.
Okay.
The Sentinel fighting armor. You know, all those Iron Man everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're excellent. So they got. Have you ever handled any of those ones, Derek?
I think I have. I have. They are solid.
Yeah, very nice. And I never thought I would like or need. I shouldn't say like, but more so. I'm like, you don't need to have die cast in an action figure if they feel solid if they got the right plastic. But with that little bit of die cast in it, actually felt not bad. I like it.
Just weighted. Kind of, yeah. No, that's good.
Yeah, that's what it kind of feels like with this. It feels nice. It really does. It feels like satisfying to really play with. And yeah, so far, you know, good articulation.
You think it's comparable to like kind of like the G1, or it's not like G1 Transformers? It's not. It's different.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, G1 Transformers. The diecast they're using there is, I mean, there's a lot of diecast, but it's not kind of like, it's just a different feel. Like with a G1 toy, I feel like it was more of a sign of the times. It feels like the times, and I love a good vintage toy with diecast. Whereas this is definitely being used in a way where it kind of gives it this heft that is really satisfying when you're displaying it and posing it. And I mean, I don't necessarily know if it would need this to still be good, in my opinion. If it was all plastic, I still think the design and everything is pretty good. So it's very reminiscent of the you know, what everyone's doing now with the I guess separate hinged, like the whole ab crunch thing.
And crunch and
butterfly
joints in that one.
A lot of detail.
Dude, that engineering is nuts. That is
amazing. Yeah, exactly. So very reminiscent of your modern kind of designs like 3.0 or any of the Sentinel, the Flame Toy stuff. And the metal builds are, I mean, I could compare it to this, but metal builds are kind of on their own level. They've just had so much time to really fine tune how the feel of those are.
Okay.
But you know, this is great. I mean, it's
awesome. And you haven't even got the full armor on yet.
No, I haven't even got the full armor or his shell. So he actually has a shell that goes onto the back here. I'm about to put it on in a sec, but yeah, let me do that.
I miss, Tenku says, I miss what Bandai did with older Iron Man figure arts. The feet and lower legs were die cast, so it wouldn't fall over when you display the shelf. You know what? Embarrassingly enough, as me being an Iron Man fan, I never owned a Figure Arts Iron Man. I didn't know about that. The only one I had was the Tony Stark version. I think it was the Iron Man 3. So I think he only had like the gauntlet, the gloves, and the legs. So yeah, I didn't notice that. Didn't know that, Tenku. But thanks for letting me know about that.
Yeah, that's a good little tidbit. I one of my other customers have told me that before too. I never actually collected the Bandai Iron Man series, unfortunately, and I heard like the earlier ones were really great. It was a really good series.
Yeah.
I think they reissued one of them recently, but it might
Yeah.
not be the one with the diecast feet.
I'm gonna
It
take
was the
another.
Mark III. I'm pretty sure it was the Mark III.
Speaking of reissues, oh my gosh, see they Hasbro re-releasing the Optimus Prime, the G1 version of it.
Yeah. Sorry. Which?
It was just the G, like the classic G1 Optimus Prime look, right? Let me try and pull up the listing for it. I know it went up on Walmart.ca. Retro G1 Optimus Prime.
Oh, they did
That's funny.
another commemorative kind of.
Yeah, this
Oh
one.
yeah. Totally.
Like I'm a fan of the colorway, like the tone of it, right? Because it's more cartoon color. But I'm not a fan of what are they doing with his feet?
Yeah,
Like, are we supposed to apply stickers on it? Or it almost looks like someone went on Paint and Adobe, just all right, gray, that's it, done.
yeah. For me, I mean, I'm partial to the toy look when it comes to the vintage stuff, so I don't really need it to have a tune
Yeah,
overhaul or a retro overhaul like that. And I have to be honest, a lot of the kind of commemorative and the reissues of primes have just gotten a little bit further and further away from what I really want as a toy. Like I loved collecting the Encore series was great, even
Yeah.
though it's slightly different than your vintage. And then even like the commemorative, the North American commemorative after that was good, and then it just started getting kind of like kind of weird.
Yeah. That's true.
Legacy Deluxe G1 Prime is going to be
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. Yeah.
I like that
very
idea.
excited,
I like it. Forward to that toy. Chamba says older common SH figure arts to diecast feet, lower legs for great posing too. Oh, okay. So I guess it's more of a Bandai thing.
Yeah, I got into Kamen Rider a little bit later for the SH Figuarts, and this the Lucas who was on here, he actually makes fun of me for it because I collect. I don't know why. I know nothing about Kamen Rider. Okay, just if that pisses off people, then I'm sorry. But I don't. But I love I don't know what it is. I love the toys. I love the look, and I'm just drawn.
Yeah.
To SH Figuarts, specifically Kamen Rider. I actually built a couple of the Figuarts model kits, also excellent. They just don't have that weight, so don't feel as satisfying.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you like Figuarts model kits and you like to customize, I think it's a great kit. But Kamen Rider, man, it's so cool.
No, the designs are cool. Like I only know like early on Kamen Rider, just plain simple, with the bike, and then I didn't know that it was like a whole thing, much like how Power Rangers was just different iterations and different Kamen Riders. Like I couldn't catch up, and that's why I kind of just left the Kamen Rider thing alone a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah. No, it's a great brand. Blake Griggs says McFarlane Toys Batman, the animated series wave, Toyline Rupert Throne, and Candace, Clock King Hamilton, Doctor Strange, Lucius figures. Sorry, Blake, what are you asking here? Letting you know that we do need and want to see Marvel Legends X-Men 97 Toyline Jubilee Beast Morph Sunspot by Professor X from Blake Griggs. Yeah, no, like I believe that Hasbro will eventually get that done. Yeah,
they're good. The X-Men 97 wave was just such a runaway success. For those of you who've seen the show, probably agree to the show. The content is very decent as well.
They're gonna keep it for series 2 or was it series 3, right? Like whenever they do season 2, like they'll come up with these guys. So I don't think we have anything to worry about.
Yeah, exactly. It's just not gonna be until kind of I believe it's later in 2025 they'll finally get some more stuff.
Find a spot for it. Yeah.
Yeah, they've just got a lot of Marvel content right now. And there's actually some very exciting stuff. I actually think they're going to disclose a lot of that stuff at tomorrow's panel. So
Nice.
yeah, I think
Nice. That's
expect
good.
that there's going to be some cool Marvel reveals for sure.
So speaking of Marvel, oh nope, this is not Marvel. That's Transformers. Speaking of Marvel, I just want to plug. Whoops, nope, this one. I want to plug this thing. So just want to plug team and everybody in the chat. Go check out Kevin's toy review of the Marvel Legends movie Colossus that he just released 3 days ago. Go check that video out, and yeah, it's a good fig. It's a good review. So please go check it out and drop a like.
Is that's the deluxe the one from the movie?
Yeah,
Oh,
so deluxe. This one, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so here it is. Kev's showing it off a bit here, doing some toy review. Like I look forward to it. Like I want this. Just haven't had the opportunity to go pick it up yet. But oh, what a pose! Nice, Kevin. Nice.
Yeah, that's so decent. Yeah, we have ours coming in soon as well.
Nice.
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I think we might be pre-sold out, but I always save some for the store. So
word.
So hopefully, won't be too many disappointed people.
Jay Sinner, hey, what's up, DK? Thank you for tuning in. Chamba, you don't need to know the property, just enjoy the designs. There's too many cool designs. That is correct. I think I did see one that I was interested in, but I think I forgot which one it was. So, but I'll figure it out later. Speaking of cool designs, Boris, thank you for helping me out obtaining this.
Oh man,
I'm so freaking happy about this. I didn't put on the accessories and stuff yet for it. Oops. But like I freaking love this thing, man. Like thank you so much for hooking me up.
I got so busy I didn't even get a chance to play with it myself.
Yeah.
But I've just heard like crazy good things about this figure.
Yeah, so I got very lucky talking to you at TFCon, and you're like, yeah, you think you still have one more, and I'm like, okay, yo, like if you want to sell it, like let me know. So thank you for hooking me up. Like I finally got it last week.
Absolutely, so, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I heard like it's just got some great articulation. The fun factor is there as well with everything.
Yeah,
just a really good piece. Man, so there's a lot of accessories with this, but I'm going to show the backpack off right now.
Oh, let me put you up with a big screen. That's nice.
So yeah, that just kind of hooks onto the back. It's quite awesome. It does something here. I haven't quite looked into it, but it's got a hinge, so I'm positive it does something else really cool.
Yeah. It like if I recall, like there's hidden things for it. Or I think you put on more cannons or something like that, if I recall. I just can't remember.
Yeah. There's definitely ports for that. I have more. So like, look at this. Like, there's like, I don't even know where this goes yet, but I believe it goes on his arm somewhere. So that's happening.
Does it come with instructions?
It does. It does. It's somewhere. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it's all good. You don't have to go look at it. Like, are you more of an instruction person, or are you? Wow, that is some high quality instructions. It comes in like an envelope.
Look at that.
That is.
I'm not afraid to whip out some instructions for myself. However, I'm kind of a non-instruction guy because I'm lazy sometimes. I look at the picture sometimes and I just get it to like 90% or as much as I can play around with it.
Yeah.
You know, when you're a kid, that's what you did, right? Like at least for me. True. That was my toy experience as a kid.
Yeah.
Part of the experience was opening up a toy and just like doing what you thought it should do and exploring it and then going, what is this for? Or what is this?
Yeah.
And then
finally, if anything, it's just as much as you just want to look at the picture for reference, but you don't want to look at the instructions, right?
Yeah, so I don't know why. As a kid, I never did. And the best parts were when I finally would like, I played with this thing now. The excitement is like kind of died down a little bit. I'm like, okay, I'll read the instructions. I was one of those kids.
Yeah.
I looked at it, I was like, oh, that's what it does. And then it's like now a newfound feature. And then it like brings this thing back to life again. So I was like, definitely one of those kids.
Well, I can say that Yeah, I could say you're very similar to Kevin. Kevin does, I don't know, something about Kevin. He does not like instructions. He does not do well with instructions.
You just want to play sometimes,
Yeah, he just wants to play. I guess, like, yeah, I think you two
Figure
can relate.
you figure it out, and then you just kind of like, oh, this is cool, and there's a satisfaction to it. And then at some point, you get frustrated enough, and you're like, that's got to do something. Then you just
Yeah.
finally,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
read
yeah.
the instructions, and I'm like, okay, yeah.
So
That's what it's-
Kevin's excited to know what you might know about like Hasbro Marvel Legends, but he's like, "What do you know, Boris?" And he is psyched and pumped. But Kevin, you're gonna have to wait. All right,
Yeah,
you're gonna have to wait.
sorry, man.
I think
I mean,
Ryan Ting and the team would want to save it up for this weekend.
yeah,
So
we can talk in private later.
yeah.
But yeah, it's some cool stuff. I'm looking forward to their panel.
Nice.
Yeah, I kind of like what Hasbro's been doing. There's been some misses, but I feel like all in all, I think their brand team is really listening to a lot of the fan base.
I definitely agree with it. Like it's a good time to be a toy collector. Right now, I think it's
absolutely.
This is insane right now.
Yeah.
There's, aside from old properties getting like reissues or just rejuvenated into like Biker Mice from Mars, right? Like those toys that they came out, it's just like, oh my god, this is awesome. And then when you were a kid, it's just like you wanted the Biker Mice from Mars, but maybe you wanted more articulation, and then it's like, now you got it, and it's nuts, right? I think Street Sharks is maybe doing some type of comeback, and or even
Definitely.
yeah. So it's such an amazing time, to be a toy collector.
Yeah, it is, and I mean, especially like coming from when I first bought this brand around the time when Classics and Henke for Transformers was out. I remember just even within that franchise itself, it felt like there was some cool stuff coming out, but it was like, for the most part, kind of like stale to, okay, there's something kind of exciting, but it's not really why did you make something nobody really wanted?
Yeah.
Maybe it's cool. But now it's like, there's cool stuff if you want experimental stuff, and there's like, just like, this is what I wanted. Made. So a lot of options.
I think I could talk more about that via like, this is Transformers line. It's just like, you got your main line Legacy, you got the little bit more movie cartoon or movie related one with the studio series stuff, right? Which, like, that's of a different type of quality, some slightly higher quality, all right? And then you start getting crazy left field stuff out from Takara about like Missing Link now, like that,
exactly.
that's
The
insane.
Missing Link was like excellent. I mean, that's a line that I never thought I needed. That's the experimental stuff I'm talking about. Like, sometimes, it's like hit or miss, but that one for sure, very cool.
And then they start having crossover lines now, because I know they recently did one with Monster Hunters, and also,
was it that Rathalos? They've done a lot of this.
The Rathalos one, where I think they used the Air Razor mold from Kingdom. They're also they did a kind of crossover with Godzilla, which one, that one's kind of weird. They did Grimlock as
pretty weird.
Like Grimlock.
An excuse
I don't know about that.
Godzilla logo on something.
But did you hear about this one? I'm curious what your thoughts on it are. The Transformers Star Wars crossover. Like, I don't know if you had a chance to check this out.
Oh man,
The Mandalorian and one Starfighter.
I can't. I'm sorry.
You can't. It's not your thing. It's not your jam.
It's not my thing. I just. It's great in concept, but it feels like for these guys, I want to transform it once, and I'm like, I would rather just leave it in vehicle mode. I don't know what it is. They've been I'm not gonna lie, there have been a couple of pretty cool ones back in the day, but it was still kind of like weird. Like the Darth Vader one was kind of weird, but I like the TIE Fighter. So
Yeah,
I'm
the
a little bit
Millennium
mixed.
Falcon was
Yeah.
Han Solo and Chewie. It was like a 2 combiner. I remember that one, right? That was cool. But yeah, no, like I'm actually kind of interested in this one. Like I'm not gonna lie, like I'm usually not a biggest fan of crossover ones, right? But this one just being its own unique mold, like I was kind of taken away. It's like yeah, you know what? I wouldn't mind a Mandalorian transformer. And like these effects are pretty cool, right? Like the base supposed to be a base, right? And it turns into a shield and supposedly his cape.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, I'm
pretty
all
cool.
for the new molds. I mean, I think that's what I always check out when it comes to the crossovers. I'll always. I mean, I used to have more time to transform everything, but I would.
Mhm.
I'm one of those guys. I'll transform everything.
Hmm.
Just in case it's like that gem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if you don't like the look, you're like, that was really clever. A very clever transformation. Always.
Yeah,
Always hits
like
home for me.
I did like the Ecto was not Ecto one, the Back to the Future car, the DeLorean one, right? They
Figuart
just
or
simply
whatever?
reused, they simply reused like the sideswipe mold, right?
Yeah.
And then the Ecto one was really nice. So I thought those were pretty smart.
Yeah, that Ecto one it's interesting retool. I had no idea it was what was it retooled off of? Was it
I can't.
I want to say it was like
remember right
one of
now.
the
Was it that was the Combiner Wars? It was one of the Combiner Wars.
It was
like,
definitely one of the
little
combiner
win,
wars.
right?
The hotspot was it?
Yeah, I think it was Hotspot because Hotspot was
Yeah.
the same one as who's the middle piece for Bruticus? Onslaught.
Yeah.
It's just the retool of that, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
Very,
And it was
very-
smart. It was smart, right? Like the
Yeah.
retools and the remolds, making those molds work overtime.
Yeah, exactly. And it actually takes quite a bit of cleverness to kind of get into it. To retool some of that stuff. So yeah, you know.
Kirby Kai, what a Mandalorian transformer be named? Mandaloricon? Close. They just call it N1 Starfighter. It's kind of lame. The Mandalorian N1 Starfighter. I would have enjoyed Mandaloricon more.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah,
comes with a pretty solid base too. I like that.
That's fucking dope.
Pretty dope.
That's huge.
Yeah, it is. And then just your standard, put the rod in. I don't know what holds it though. To be determined. Yeah.
And this is where the instructions would come handy.
Okay, I'll admit when it comes to like a million of the I'm just gonna show you. This is where I lose interest as a toy guy. And
oh God.
Looking.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just skip it for a little bit and play with the figure.
Nobody's got time for this.
Yeah, but I know that is the key to putting on these guns. So if I want the satisfaction of these guns, I may have to actually read the instructions. But we're gonna move on to some other stuff first. Let's explore some other stuff first, and then we will. Nice. Everyone's like, just open up the instructions.
Do it.
Yeah. I saw someone ask about non-transforming transformers, and I did want to talk about that really quick. I actually really like non-transforming transformers. I know a lot of people. It's a debate. People are like, "Well, it's a transformer. It needs to transform. That's the whole."
Yeah.
But I mean, you give up a lot to have the transformation, and I love the transformation. That's a cool part of Transformers. That's the essence. But if you want something that is detailed and like superposable, and you're an action figure guy, like I love the idea of non-transforming transformers. A lot of the 3.0 stuff MDLX stuff. Flame toy stuff is a little bit expensive on the pricey side for me, but very satisfying. The engineering and the detail you get on that. But I think if you're someone that just wants to get into it and see what it's like having a really good non-transforming transformer, I think the MDLX line is excellent.
Yeah, no, it's amazing.
Right?
Absolutely.
Some standout pieces for sure. Megatron. Actually, Bumblebee. It's tiny, but honestly, a really good bang for your buck. It's like what, $60 to $70, and like the thing is just so much fun. I guarantee you, if you have this guy on your desktop, you're gonna it's a fiddler. You're gonna always fiddle with it as much as you would fiddle with something that you can like a desktop transformer, right? Like you would definitely play around with the Bumblebee.
That's kind of what I'm afraid of. Like a lot of people in like this community in the chat and some other folks, they've been trying to convince me to go into non-transforming transformers, and many times at toy shows you've tried to convince me with YOLO Park and everything else, right? And for me, it's just it came from the place where it's just like, I want a transformer that transforms, right? Like it's not a transformer to me if it doesn't transform, but I do appreciate, like the details that the notes that you pointed out, right? About the details and the articulation. It's just, it is something else. I did that with like Revoltech, like the earlier ones. I enjoyed the size. I enjoyed just the simplicity of it, right? And everyone's talking to me. There's just the blockies right now. But I think I am going to go into it. I already have my eyes set up and locked in on one, right? Some of the blockies, I think it was that Megatron with a throne. I want to pick that up, and then I'm definitely gonna go all out on I think it's the Flame Toys, the Beast Wars Megatron that they announced.
Oh man,
like the Fura.
The Furai. Oh yeah, the model kit. That one's
the model kit.
Yeah, but it looks good. Their model kits, by the way, super good. I mean, they've always been pretty good, but you could tell the evolution ever since the beginning. And for anyone that likes model kit, like any kind of Transformer model kit, and action figure kind of model kits, the build on the Soundwave is incredible. If you can get your hands on Soundwave, that one really surprised me. It's a fun build, and the thing is satisfying. It's not. It's actually quite like it feels really nice.
And it's
to it.
Cool.
It's pretty like the kind of plastic they use is a little bit different than the Bandai Figuarts plastics. It doesn't feel as light. It's for sure not an action figure,
solid,
but it's solid. It's a lot of condition because you put it together. You also know how it works, which is so satisfying.
I look forward to it then. I'll probably be looking out for pre-orders for it. I think you had it.
Yeah, there's a reissue coming up. We had it before. It sold out pretty quick. And there's a reissue now, and it's gonna be very excellent.
The Beast Wars Megatron one?
No, the Soundwave.
The Soundwave. I think I see it for $80.
Yeah, correct. And then I'm looking forward to the Beast Wars. That one just looks amazing. There was a primal that was done as well, but it was done as a pre-built kit.
Okay, so that's not the same line, because I was looking at it because I was looking at the price difference. I'm like, why is this one so much more expensive than
this?
It's
weird because it is the same line and it isn't. So they did a line called Furai Action. So they basically pre-build it for you. They pre-assemble it and then they paint it. So they do some extra paint on it. So they did that with the very first IDW Optimus. You could buy the kit, and then later on they came out with the Furai Action version of it. And I mean, it feels like a model, a built model, but it's like all snapped together for you already and all like glued together, so there's no like loose parts or anything. And then they give it this kind of like slightly battle damaged finish, and looks pretty good, but it is kind of pricey. I wish they would release a model kit version of the primal instead of just going straight to Furai action. But that's the difference. They have a Furai model and Furai.
Okay. Yeah. So I want the model one. Like, hopefully they'll either come out one with primal, so I can match that Megatron up with the primal. Because I'm big on Beast Wars. Like, Beast Wars is the reason why I started going nuts on collecting. Like, when I made that connection, I'm like, oh, like, you know, truck not monkey, or monkey not truck, and then like monkey related to truck. I'm like, wait, hold on, this is all connected, and then that's why I went to find Eric, and now I'm here with you. Right, that's the real story, man.
Yeah, it honestly, that line is really, really good. You'll really enjoy the models, and there's one previous that was really good to the Leo convoy was really, really nice too.
Yeah. The Leonidas, I think that's what they call it, or something. They had some different name.
No, it should have been Leo convoy, the
Leo
Furai
convoy?
model. Yeah, should have been. And then it has like a cape, so it's like this wire, has a wire in it too. So a wired cape, and it's like, that's a really good kit. Yeah. So
I found it last time. I don't know why I can't find it right now, because I was on your website before. So maybe I'm multitasking too much. I'll play around with it more. So real quick, I just want to help Kev plug something. We could chat. Go check out Kevin's the 9 to 5 Warriors unboxing, Wave 2 Kickstarter review. Boris, I'm not sure if you ever seen these 9 to 5 Warriors. It's pretty funky and weird. It's a new Kickstarter right now. They still have some time left on it. I think
very cool. I can't say that I've seen it.
So these are like your weird little they look like it's like some potato chips, and they make it into kind of like these action figures, or just little like tape deck or grenade, right? And
so is he like a Scotch tape dispenser?
Yeah, I think he is. I think this is what this guy is. Right? So it's really awesome. I'm gonna try and find what else. So this one is Colonel.
Oh yeah,
Colonel Custard. Yeah,
like sort of like a coffee lid.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm trying to find the Kickstarter right now. I should have had this queued up. 9 to 5, but I remember it was I think they had 7 days ago. Yes, they had 7 days left with it. Sure, let's tab instead. So 9 to 5 Warriors Series 2, the Bandit Strikes Back. So yeah, it was like, see, you got like,
hey guys, welcome to the Kickstarter.
Hold on, let me try to go back to, like, yeah, it's like a pencil, and then you got like a bucket full of peanuts. I think that's what it was, right? Like, so this is one of the guys, Lieutenant Led.
Oh,
that's hilarious.
So that's awesome. So it's kind of like, are they posable, or are they like?
There's some articulation to it,
but it's more like would you say art toy ish?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Oh, this is awesome. It's got a cocktail sword. That is hilarious. But yeah, go please check out Kev's review of Wave 2, and drop a like if you haven't. And yeah, that's
so cool.
Yeah, man.
Sorry guys, I'm just
Manic Mike. Hello.
Figure out what is happening here.
Ghost Top says Leonidas and X-Zeros were the third-party names for Leo Convoy. Gotcha. You're right. My bad.
That was Perfect Effect. Had the Leonidas. Yep.
Yeah, man. Cool.
Yeah, you know, I don't really know how this sits in here. I'm pretty sure the instructions say just drop it in. I mean, I guess
Okay.
I'm not. I mean, it feels like not right, but I can't see where it kind of connects to. This is why I don't follow instructions, because they literally, it's like,
Sometimes it's wrong.
and also sometimes it's really bad because it just says, here's this piece, and then it has an arrow, and it simply just goes in,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden the next screen is it's in. There's nothing in between.
Yeah. No, I get it.
But you know, there's obviously something else to this, because you know it doesn't just sit in. But we'll see. All right. Well, I'm just gonna leave it like what it says, and then we'll see.
Maybe
We'll see what disaster happens with it when I put the guns on. All right.
I really like that hair piece at the back of the braid.
So yeah, it's like a kind of like
Dreadlock.
cyborg-ish. It's really cool. And honestly, like this was an easy one. I should have put this on like probably earlier on, but you know, he's got like these headphones that just
the headphones?
Yeah. It's pretty cool, right? And then he's got
Is there magnets on the headphones?
I think so. So basically, they yeah, it looks like something is magnetized in here because it just sits nicely here.
That's sick.
Either that or it's friction. Is it friction? I can't tell. It's got a really good hold to it. If it is just friction, it's quite nice.
Nice.
But yeah, it sits nicely. There's a nice little groove in there, and then he's got these little shades.
And you can pull it down, right?
Yeah. So
that's sick.
Right.
That is sick.
He's pretty sick. And then I was able to reveal the port here, and I believe this port is the one that holds this massive
Gatling gun.
At some point.
It reminds me of which one was that Gundam? Heavy Arms Gundam, was it?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of that one.
From like Endless Waltz there. Yeah. It does, because you know what? That I'm actually interesting that you say that, because he has these little missiles that
launchers.
kind of go and that's very like
heavy gun, heavy arms, or whatever it is.
It is like the heavy arms, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Like he's got those little launchers on the side.
Sick.
So yeah. Very good reference there. So it's pretty cool for that.
Kevin's asking, is there a turtle piloting that mech?
There is. So it's on a sprue.
Oh.
There's like translucent and here's the other sprue. So I'm likely not going to cut it out on this
nice
unboxing, but that's what it's supposed to do. And apparently, according to the instructions, that's what this part is. Something's supposed to.
Oh, I thought the instructions were telling you to just drop it in.
Yeah. This one, it isn't. It doesn't even tell you. It just says flip it up, and there should be some sort of thing.
Yeah.
Pull it out somehow. No, don't pull it out.
Oh, sick! I can see it's like a little flap. Okay.
So yeah. So basically, he goes inside the canister, right?
Yeah.
So I guess this would be what Mikey manning his own mecha Gundam turtle, I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever. And yeah, that's kind of how he sits in there.
That's sick.
Right. Yeah, and I don't really know what this piece is, but it looks like it's got seats in it almost. I don't know if anyone can see.
Yeah, I think I see.
Yeah, so this thing must have another function that he sits somewhere, like either in another mode or something, but maybe a gunner mode or something.
Maybe.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
Jason is like, Boris, just fold in the cheese.
Just fold in the what?
The cheese. I have no idea.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a cheese slice?
There is. There's this like little like cheese slice that does something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What?
And there's like a metal on it? Like,
Yeah, it's like a power button of some, or it gives some sort of power. Is that right? Is that, or is it like a magnet? Here, let's see what it does. Let's see what it does. Oh, okay. So something to do with the freaking head here. Let's see what happens. Yeah, so basically, Derek, I'm trying to pry his head open here.
yeah,
Okay.
if it's hard, like you don't have to do it, but
No, it's not hard. Just wanted to see if people could see what's going on here.
oh,
And apparently,
it would activate a light, apparently.
yeah. What was it? I wasn't talking about that, but that looks like
It's a magnet that would activate the light.
yeah, probably. Yeah. You're supposed to like. I don't know what it does. It's supposed to do something. I need batteries for it to.
Okay,
do it.
yeah, don't worry about it. All good.
But it's supposed
No,
to
that's
like
cool.
do something here, and it looks like it is. Yeah, it looks like it lights up something, or something's happening, or
That's
do I
sick.
drop this in? I don't know. It's yeah, so it's like this. It just says, where is it here?
Where is it here? Thing. Okay, yeah.
Where are all my true Asians here that can actually read that, unlike me?
This is all gibberish to me. I'm definitely not that type of Asian.
Yeah, totally. On Google Translate, but it does say open the head cover. The English translation is open the head cover to install the batteries for LED lights. So guess you put the batteries in. I don't know if this is a battery inside here, or the magnet, or you got to put the batteries in first. There's something happening in here.
Yeah.
But
Ghost Top says yes on the bottom left. LED eyes.
yeah, so it must be
so
this head thing here. That must be where those LR batteries go. Yeah.
Sick.
So very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I mean, otherwise, I guess it's really the guns are the thing here.
I'm trying to get these symbiote tentacles on my Revoltech Venom.
There's quite a few in there, I see.
Oh yeah.
Are they the people are saying they like really poke your hands? Is that?
Yeah, they do. Some are really sharp.
Yeah,
for sure.
So yeah, definitely careful of that.
I think I got to be off camera maybe because I don't want to poke my eyes out. And these are fragile as well. Oh, I need the hands. Where did I put the other bag?
They're gonna need this piece to plug in these. These are those massive guns that go.
Ah, okay.
I guess it's one configuration because I'm pretty sure you can put on.
There's multiple configurations.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh man, there's so much shit on this guy. This is such a wicked piece. It just has so much. Jesus. And the RAF is even larger. It has like so many things. That probably would have taken forever.
Maybe I should try and pull it up and see. Because honestly, they all look very similar, but at the same time, they all look very different.
Yep. So yeah, I guess here's his like shoulder cannon things.
Yeah, so so right now you're dealing with HB04, 0014 Mike,
Yep.
right? Yeah, just a beaut. This thing's such a beaut, man.
Yeah. So I guess the guns just kind of like sit there, and then there's other little connectors here that end up being the connectors for the little heavy arms things that we're talking about.
I'm
The thing on
digging.
the back is diecast, by the way, too. It's
Yeah.
actually quite nice.
Man, you're right. Raph is like he looks, those arms, holy shit.
Yeah, he's got so much stuff. It's not even funny. Look at those drills, right?
Like, it's awesome. Like those giant heavy arm, like these are actual heavy arms.
Yeah.
Right?
So yeah, if you're a RAF fan, if you're Team RAF, that's the one for you, man.
But then this is the problem with turtles, right? It's the rule of 4.
Yeah, it's true.
If I buy one, I gotta get the rest.
It's true. Back in the day, I got roped into remember the DreamX turtles?
DreamX turtles? I think so.
Yeah, they're like 6 scale turtles, but they're like highly stylized. They were also officially licensed, but it was a Chinese outfit that did them. So it was I guess it was only regional that they had the license for it. But
Yeah.
as a small shop, we could parallel import it. We brought these things in, and they were amazing.
These guys, right?
Yeah, that's it, DreamX. So if you scroll up to the actual figures there, this was a brilliant line, and all the actual like texture and everything, that's like rubberized.
Rubber.
It's really nice. Yeah. The arms and everything, and it hasn't degraded. I still have it on my shelf. It's fine. There was supposed to be maybe a few issues with it now that it's aged a bit for some people, but I have to read up on it. But I haven't had any real issues. But you could tell this is not licensed for North America because those katana swords that are in there, they're actually like die cast metal and sharp. It's like unreal. Yeah, they're like you'll poke your eye out kind of idea with those things. You're like heavy.
Good to know. Holy crap! But yeah, I guess this is because it's Asian, right?
Yeah, exactly. They're like, well, you poke
Holy
yourself.
crap. Even the
all metal
look like all metal. Holy shit!
All metal. Yeah. So he came with an undercover. Mikey comes with a whole skateboard, like a crazy ass skateboard. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh
thing.
damn! And these are probably like the little chain ones. Leather. These are leather holsters as well. Holy shit.
Correct. Leather goods. Pleather.
Yeah.
And they haven't cracked or anything. I still have them. They're pretty good.
That's sick.
Um,
How's my boy? How's my boy Raph? Cross arms. That's his accessory. Okay, fine.
he's gotta be the moody one, you know.
Yeah. No, these are sick.
Yeah, dude. They did a great job on that line. So it's a little bit expensive now if you're trying to get it on the secondary, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I've secretly been really hoping that they'll reissue that, but I doubt it. It was very
one
limited.
and done. One and done, probably.
But if someone else could take a crack at something like that from Asia, that'd be great. Like, it was just a really nice looking line.
No, it's sick. Thanks for sharing that, man. Fuck,
yeah, definitely.
Learn something new.
I love it. I love it. Yeah,
I mean, like every company makes turtles now. Like
exactly. Crap. Yeah, it's hard to keep up. Back then, there weren't as many, so I was trying to collect all that, and I had the bulkies even. Remember the bulkies?
Yeah.
Kind of the weird. I don't know why I like them. a lot of people are like hated on me for it, but I thought
The
they were really cool.
blockies?
No, so they're turtles. They were the did I say blockies? Sorry.
Maybe I heard wrong.
Bulkies. Sorry.
Bulkies. That's what it is. Sorry.
Bulkies. Yeah. They were like solid shaped, but they're these huge, massive, like vinyl. They're not very well articulated, but they're like an art toy. And I think they made Street Fighter ones like that too. And yeah, it was like
Oh, okay.
that's sort of the reaction sometimes I get. People are like, oh yeah.
It's by
But-
Big Boy Toys.
Yeah, Big Boy Toys. They did some Street Fighter ones like that too. And they're all
What
called
the
Bulk.
heck are these? Holy crap! Yo, these are dope.
Yeah, they're a very interesting line. So for any kind of turtle fans out there, that was a really cool line to have as well.
I did not know about this. Oh, maybe I should just share it just so that the stream can know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and the funny thing about it was you had to buy all four, and you would get parts of Splinter. So it was like it wasn't these ones.
It wasn't these ones?
No, here. Let me
Like these ones?
no, they were even weirder. But it was Big Boy Toys. They just looked really like here, hold on. Let me see if I can find something here for you. I may have had it on my
Like
site.
I was thinking something like this, like the Krang.
Oh no,
but
here
that
it is.
could be
Hold on,
wrong.
hold on. Let me shoot you the link real quick.
You can drop it in the private chat. I think that'll be
Yeah.
the easiest.
I'll do it for you here. Okay, right here.
Thank you, my good sir.
And that's the Raph. He looks wicked. So the Krang looks right. That's the Bulkies Krang. That was
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, so I was close. Like that, it was like the Krang type of look.
yeah, exactly. That Krang actually goes with this. I actually need to get it because it took so long for them to come out with that Krang. But
Yo, this is so sick.
I thought it was awesome. And
Yeah,
they're
no,
like they're large, dude. They're like substantial, like a pillow. Like they're like
Nice.
huge. And they're just a great conversation piece. They look really cool. They're cell shaded. And then they came
This
with
is-
a piece of Splinter. So you had to
build
buy all four to build Splinter.
That's kind of nuts. It's like are they all like limited to 500 pieces?
It was limited. Yeah. Yeah.
So
It was,
if you
art
can't
toy.
get it, like you can't collect Splinter, then it's like, yo, that's so hard.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Yo, this is dope.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. I have
Oh,
them all
cool.
sitting somewhere in my crawl space because it's so large. I don't know where to display it, but I want to put it up here somewhere at some point. But
Alexander Eagleson, member for 33 months. Hi, DK and friends. Hey, what's up, Alex? How are you?
what's going on, man? Yeah, so all right. So I think I got the main kind of
Nice.
weapons on it right now. So I mean, he also holds things in his hands too and stuff. So it's pretty cool. So let's put his headphones back on for a second. So I kind of like the headphones. But yeah, so I mean, man,
I love it. Holy crap. Oh, man. Just stop trying to enable me, man. Like, I can't start this. Like, I really want that raft now, man.
This
is
is a
behind me.
community of enablers.
Yeah, it is.
And look, the fingers articulate too. They've got like nice, I guess it's double joint on that too, so they can have a lot of articulation. See that?
God damn.
Really cool. Man, this thing is really nice. I
Okay,
played
well,
around with one of my customers, Leo, and I already thought it was pretty good, so I kind of knew what to expect. But this is, I mean,
One
because it's
day.
my guy, I love it. Like, so yeah,
That's sick.
typical ninja kind of
Typical ninja mech, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
It's hilarious.
So, and then you got like these nice little details. I always love it when the engineering is.
Yeah. I
it
like
has all
that
these
too, and that's why it's like I really
slide.
did appreciate like, you know, if you remember MPO1, like they had a lot of that kind of built in, like in the legs. I remember that.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and it was like the first time for me back then that I've seen that kind of engineering, and it was really great.
It was
Yeah,
mind blowing.
it's really good.
And it holds. It's not loose as well. This Heat Boys. It's like this thing's solid. Like the clip,
Yeah.
like the it's a ratchet system. I would say, right?
Well,
Or
this
some
one
really
isn't
tight ball joints.
because of the die cast that's in it.
Mhm.
It's actually very smooth hinge. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know over time if that is going to loosen or not, but it feels pretty solid. So, and I know with my Flame Toys stuff, I played with it quite a bit, and it hasn't really loosened too much, in my opinion.
Okay.
But it's definitely a very smooth moving joint. There's no ratcheting. I mean, ratcheting is satisfying to a degree, but you know, over time, as you know, it's a
It
ratchet.
degrades.
Right?
Yeah, it's a ratchet.
So
It just
it's
kind of-
going to degrade on that.
Yeah.
You know, if it was die-cast ratchet, maybe, but still, it's a lot of like wearing on, you know, the teeth. So over time, I think it's just better to probably have a smoother kind of joint. But yeah, it's got really good leg movement. That was great. And then
that's awesome.
yeah, arms are good too. They got quite a bit of swivel, wrist swivel as well. Just what you would expect from modern articulation. You got the nice butterfly arms, right?
The butterfly joint is such an amazing like articulation that, you know, the toy industry started like adding. Like I think it just creates so much more dynamic range, and it's just it's a good
Absolutely.
joint. That's a good range to have.
Yeah, you can do a lot of good stuff with it, especially if he's got a lot of weapons. He's pointing and all that. He gives it really a good range that he can do. Yeah, really great. Even some of his accessories, they all have you know, movable hinges. Although this one's pretty tight. I'm not gonna force that one right now. But yeah, super
sick,
cool.
Man. Thanks for unboxing that and sharing that with us.
Yeah, definitely. I've been meaning to open that. That's great. And then maybe I'll eventually put some batteries in. Batteries are always such a chore for me, man. Oh, you know what?
Because you got to start managing the batteries eventually, right? Like you might if they're just going to be on display, you can keep the batteries in for a bit, but then if they're going to be on display for a long time, you want to be weary of it because you don't want the batteries to start leaking or anything, right?
Yeah, exactly. There's that, and then just putting them in, and then taking them out, and then that was some of my complaint about like if you have like hot toys or any kind of some of the flame toys, you have to turn on the switches for each individual like battery compartment too, and it was like
that's nuts.
What a nightmare. So yeah, sorry I had to do this because, you know, if you're a Mikey fan, you've got to see the nunchucks, right?
You got to see this. Yeah, no, that's sick, man. That's sick. Yeah. I just remember for me, one thing, the Titan class Metroplex, or one of them. I don't know if it's Metroplex or the other one, but I didn't take out the batteries. And then over time in COVID, when I wasn't living at my parents', right? Like my brother-in-law came in and he's like, I think there's voices coming out of your room. And I'm like, oh, really? And then we all called bullshit on him, right? We're thinking that he's hearing shit, right? And then, no, it turns out it was because the battery was going. So it just out of nowhere, when randomly walked in, he's just like, Metroplex, transforming. Like, what the fuck is going on, right? So yeah, then I had to go home and just like, oh shit. Yeah, he's right. And then I had to call him. I'm like, yo, you weren't tripping out. You weren't hearing voices. It was legit. Like my toy was running out of batteries. So thank you for letting me know. Right. So.
And we wonder why our parents gave away our toys. Yeah. This is why.
Yeah.
The
Hey, Arcade's Revenge. What's up, everyone? Tuning in. Where's Kevin? Kevin's off today. celebrating with family. It's his daughter's birthday, so I am filling in with my good friend here, Boris from Agesthreeandup. So yeah, that's it.
How's it going, man?
Yeah, yo. So yeah.
Yeah, and the rest is just let's see here. Yeah, just more bombs. More bombs.
More bombs, more weapons,
Yeah,
more
bombs
bombs.
just kind of go everywhere here. I think something goes onto here too now. Where was it now?
Yeah.
Huh. Oh yeah, it needs a connector. That's why. Oh, I see. It just was on the other arm. Well, I'm gonna leave this one, but just so people can see. Last piece here. Just
Sorry, I'm just trying to get something set up for us.
no worries. Yeah, some bombs with some of the first words that you learned as a child.
Yes, exactly. Cowabunga. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, trust me, it was very confusing at kindergarten. Like with my kindergarten teachers, they didn't even know what cowabunga was, and I was just like, cowabunga, marshmallows and nutcrackers.
What's
Marshmallow and nutcrackers. Like, I don't know. I remember there was this one time in one of the episodes. Like, that's what I think Mikey said, or something. So yeah. So yeah, man.
Awesome. Yeah, man. So that's him. Yeah, for anyone that wants to pick these guys up, they're great. Honestly, I like them. They've like Leo sold out for me, Mikey sold out for me, and Raph is slowly going as well. But yeah, I think people that have played with these definitely like the line. But
Yeah,
I think you're right. Like it's like what you said. You gotta get them in fours, and everyone's trying to chase all four. So
it's
the next one.
I gotta park a grand at least, right? for all four.
Yeah.
But, hopefully one day.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're a turtle fan, maybe it's worth it. I think it is. If you don't have like a lot going on and you want something like stand out, want to drop some cash, I think this is worth it.
This is the thing. Yeah, no, definitely. It's on my list of like wishes. So hopefully one day with that. Boris, I know that you gotta go, I think, right? Like,
yeah,
like I think you've definitely overstayed. Like, I kept you here longer than expected as well, right?
I've got a problem, man. When I'm into toys, I just time
just zone out.
Disappears. Yeah.
It's
hard to believe I get any work done here,
Yo, you're doing what you love, man. Like, you're just running toy stores, right? And just playing with toys and so I think, like, if you got anything else to kind of share or mention, like, you can where can people find you on socials? I guess the IG on Agesthreeandup, right?
Yeah, definitely. So and again, thank you for having me. I really appreciate everything that you've done for us over the years, and then also inviting me on this show. If anyone else wants to follow us, we're very active on IG, Agesthreeandup on IG with the number 3 on that one. I don't know why we do that. For everything else, our brand is Agesthreeandup with a 3 spelled out. Follow us on Facebook. I used to have a YouTube channel, not as active on it. I feel like we hit 10K subscribers, then COVID hit, and I had children, and just stopped.
You had a warehouse open, man.
Yeah, and then the warehouse. So we're not as active on there anymore, but definitely check out some of my older reviews for older figures, and then check out the site if you guys ever need anything. We carry a lot of Hasbro stuff, a lot of Takara stuff, a lot of everything.
SH Figuarts, Mafex, a lot of model kits. everything. So yeah, and I think the YouTube review channel was like A3U Reviews.
Yeah,
if I
yeah.
remember
A3
correctly,
review.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, A3U review. Chat, just like all of Ages 3 and Up is in the link down below, right? You can catch them. They got the website there, the Instagram link, and also the YouTube review link. So yeah, just a couple of things, just housekeeping things. Not housekeeping things. Just Sunday, this Sunday, there's going to be a Patreon supporter stream at Sunday at 9 p.m. That Kevin's gonna run, right? So if chat, like, be sure to tune into that and check out, please help support the Patreon, where you get new videos, early access and ad-free exclusive videos, and behind the scenes watch alongs via Discord, giveaways, and discounts at touringaround.ca on cool merch for us. So yeah, definitely check that out. And yeah, I think that's what else do I got to mention. But yeah, that's it. But yeah, Boris, thanks. Thanks for coming on and sharing your the history, and get to connect you with our peers here at the Butter Nation. I think there's a lot of people that already know you and Ages 3 and Up, right? They've seen you around, so they're very happy that you're on here. But yeah, that's pretty much it in the show. So hopefully, we can maybe do this again. Maybe we could get Mr. Eric Madhouse out here next time, right?
I just won't tell him he's on. We'll just turn on the live stream.
We just say it's a team meeting.
Yeah,
Just say it's a team meeting.
Don't worry about that chat that's going off. That's something.
Yeah,
else.
that's nothing. So yeah.
But yeah, thanks to everybody that tuned in, and really appreciate. Grateful for the community we have in Canada here, and all the support we do get from all over, and love it.
And I can honestly say that on behalf of the community, which I am a part of, right? Like we are very thankful and happy that Ages 3 and Up is around. So thank you for doing that. All you do. It's a beloved Canadian store for sure, and a brand. So thank you for everything. And
awesome,
here's the next time. I don't know if you need help out. If you're coming here, help out, right? Like, just let me know when you never need a help, right? Like I just met up with Alex the other day, right? And so if you guys need help, holler, right? Just let me know, and that's it.
Absolutely.
So,
I look forward to it.
Yeah, cool. So that's it. So yeah, that's it. Chat, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting. And I am going to, what does Tenku says? If you never cited either location, do yourself a favor, make the trip. It's worth it. Yep. Nope. Definitely. Check out the warehouse location at Regent Street. And their main location is, I'm going to say it wrong, Luhid. Luhid Highway. Luhid Highway. I will get it right one day. All right.
We can start calling it Luhid around you. That's cool.
Great. Thanks. So yeah, without further ado, have a good night, everyone. And gonna hit the outro. So yeah, that's it.
Awesome.
Peace. Boris, thanks. I think this part we're usually just sing. I'm just joking. We only have 15 seconds. I was like I put on Linkin Park, like what I've done on
definitely
the
should have gone Eric.
Yeah. Yeah. And